Welcome back to Ethan's Day Off. This right here is episode 8, I believe, with Cole Bartholomew Bowser. Not his true middle name, but it is. This right here is the first episode that I will have here in Tennessee, in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, where I'm working at right now. Currently, the date is July 1st. Cole, for people that don't know you, who is Cole Bowser?
I'm just... Who am I right now? I am a 21-year-old that lives in Ohio, and I enjoy video production stuff a lot. I enjoy cars. I enjoy being outside. I love my animals, or I only have a dog, but I love animals, but yeah. What else? I go to Kent State University. I'll be a senior next year. And yeah, Ethan is my best friend. I've known him since, like 7th grade in middle school. But yeah, we've been through a lot. You're going to have a good time. I'm excited to be on the podcast today. I've never actually been on a podcast before, so this will be fun.
So, yeah, for people at home, we are best friends. We have been knowing each other for a while now. Back when I knew him and back when he knew me, it was a radically different situation with where our priorities are. We met when we were in, you probably remember the teacher's name and everything.
Mrs. Skelly, or no, not Mrs. Skelly. Was it Mr. Davide?
It might have been Davide. I did not have Skelly.
Because it was 7th grade social studies, right?
I believe so. Yeah, it was 7th grade.
Yeah,
7th grade.
Yeah, because it was the short dude. He was cool.
Yeah, no, that's built kind of like the Terminator a little bit. Yeah, that was him. Shout out, Mr.
Yeah, I remember him. He was always like, I don't know. I'd always talk to him about my drone stuff that I liked. Back in 7th grade, because I had like no one else to talk to about that shit because I had like no friends. And he was like, "Oh, that's cool, man." And it's just funny now that I'm a certified drone pilot and I'm doing all that stuff now. But that was the class we met.
So what made you want to become a certified drone pilot? What was the background behind that?
So I've always been interested in, like, it started off like RC cars when I'm a kid. I always just thought, I don't know, I've always liked cars. I always started off with RC cars, and then my papa and I were always into flying RC helicopters together. We both had the same model RC helicopter, and we would always fly in his bedroom at his house, and it was just something we'd do for a while, for like years, and we bonded on. I think about that a lot, and I genuinely miss it because he doesn't really fly them anymore. But then I moved on to like getting like the little cheap toy drones that are like little tiny drones that do the flips and stuff. And then I would say about like 5 years ago, I bought my first DJI mini drone, which is for like a consumer video drone. For those of you who don't know, it shoots that one shot like 2.7K quality video, but I just traveled around, got some cool footage of that with that drone. And then I've sold that one, and now I have 3 drones. I have the Mini 2, the Mini 4 Pro, and the Avata 2, and I'm an FA certified drone pilot, and I've just been, going out. Whenever I'm on vacation, I like to fly my drones and stuff, but that's more recreational stuff. But with my actual business now that I've started, I do photo and video things, and now since I'm legally certified to fly drones commercially, like I can use my drones for my photos and videos to make money legally. So yeah, I have my own business now, and it's pretty great that something that I just love to do and it's a hobby is now something that I'm actually able to make a lot of money off of.
Definitely. There's a lot of parameters, and I think everybody's kind of heard of the certain laws, whether they're true or untrue, about being a flying drones and all that. Like if you fly it over an airport, or if you fly it over a certain military base or anything like that.
Yeah, there's so much.
We've heard a lot about that, and you do have to go through some testing to get that going and actually be allowed to drive something like that, because it is an equivalence to like a car. You can really cause a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. But yeah, I took a course at Kent State that got me equipped for some of the knowledge. But I will honestly say that the YouTube research that I did probably benefited me more. I think I learned more watching all the YouTube videos and studying on my own time because I would say I probably put about 50, 60 hours total into studying, and then you obviously have to know how to fly a drone, but I've been flying drones for such a long time, so that I don't even know how many hours, probably over 1,000 flight hours. But um, then I had to go to an airport nearby and take the test. It was like 60 or 70 questions, I forget, but it was a lot. And then I had to get, what was it, a 70 to pass, and I got a 75. And then now my license is good for 2 years. So it's like how we all have driver's licenses. I actually have like a drone license too.
Very good. So where can people go if they need some drone services?
They can go over to your friend Avail Media here, Cole Bowser. My Instagram is Avail Media LLC. But
Avail
yeah, I
Media.
do any cool photos, videos stuff. Also some like light graphic design, but. Yeah, man, I'm plugging my business so early in the pod, huh?
You're plugging it pretty early. I'm allowing you to, absolutely. So we'll have all that information as well in the details of the podcast if you're interested. But
Sweet.
with that being said, we got into video very early. One of the things that is very that we have in common that I think has kept the relationship bond going so strong is that we both are big into digital media and video. Mm-hmm. So you had your YouTube channel way before I did. And you were just posting with your really cheap drones, like 240p videos, some of the pets that you had back then. So you started the YouTube channel. How did that all start coming up? When did you want to start that channel and get those videos?
So I would say I first started YouTube when I was like in elementary school. I remember I made like some of my first videos I made, like I said, was like with RC monster trucks and stuff. It's all unlisted now, of course, because I want to hide all that. But yeah, then I started making stop motion animations with like claymation figure, like I make like clay figures or actually like Lego characters. Those are pretty fun to animate. And then I actually used like a lot of like Hot Wheels cars or model cars and like made them like race around and stuff. And then of course, when I got older, I started playing like video games on my PC, and then tried to make some gaming videos, and like anyone does, but they're kind of crappy at the time. I mean, they were fun. It was fun for me to do, but yeah. And then I started to get more into just I don't know. I'd say around like when Ethan and I met was whenever I was making like the gaming videos, and then I stopped doing that stuff, and then. What else did I really do? I don't know. Were you making music? You weren't making music stuff back then, I don't think.
No, that would have been 2020.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. I made like vlogs and stuff too. And then this is whenever I started to like post some drone stuff. I'm looking at my channel history now because I genuinely like forgot. Yeah, dude, I tried to make some music, which was terrible. I used Sony Vegas to edit music, dude. Like, what are you doing, bro?
I still have 5 of the songs, by the way.
Oh, yeah, dude. I don't think I have those public. Yeah, they're all enlisted.
Yeah, I listen to them on occasion.
Oh, God.
Especially the one with the ad-libs where you're like, yep. Whoa. Something like that.
We don't gotta talk about that.
He did one track where it was just kind of a lo-fi track, and he would do like 5 different like small little clips like that.
Oh, on the phone, yeah. And I was
on
like,
the phone.
Yep, okay.
That's stupid, what he did.
Bro.
So
it makes me cringe. But yeah, I'd also do like I played Overwatch, so I'd do like Overwatch edits, and then CS:GO, and then of course Fortnite. And then that's whenever I started doing like my school projects, because that's when I was in high school, and a lot of that was video stuff, and that's like mainly what took up my time making videos. And then of course you and I started making like music videos, and in high school we did like all the short films and all the projects and shit together. But yeah, and around like then to now, I've just been focusing on getting better with drones. But I've been getting better with like handheld camera stuff too. I got a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 that's pretty nice, but um, yeah, I feel like the past few years I've just been mainly posting drone content, but just I love doing that.
Mm-hmm. The last thing that I would definitely refer people to in terms of a really good video project that people could see your expertise is Mac, a Friend of Mine. Can you talk a little bit about Mac, a Friend of Mine, what that video, that short film encompasses, and how what the behind the scenes of it looked like?
Yeah, so Mac, a friend of mine. So Mac's my other best friend too. Then Ethan, Mac, and I, we would all hang out together whenever Ethan was nearby, and whenever Mac wasn't. Also, like, you know, Ethan's 8 hours away from me, and Mac is like 3 hours away from me right now. So whenever we were all relatively within like 3 square miles of each other, we'd hang out a decent amount of time. But anyways, for my documentary project in high school, my video class, I had to make, or I didn't have to, but I chose to make a documentary on my best friend Mac, and um, yeah, it was definitely a lot of work. It was like 2 months straight of working on stuff where, you know, I interviewed you, I interviewed my mom, I interviewed my sister, I interviewed him. And it was a whole 12-minute long video I spent like 2 months on, and I would say it's probably still one of the better things I've created now. I still look back to it and look at, like, you know, like all the B-roll I did with my drone. I was like, damn, even with the old equipment I had back then, it was still pretty good. And like, I don't know, it's weird to think like I haven't really made something like such like a long video like that since, like, I feel like that was the last long form video I've made.
What would the next
like
long form video be? What would the next thing you make be? Is there a certain idea or a certain concept or another individual or person that you would do something similar with?
I don't think I'd make a documentary about like a person. I think it might be something to do with cars, or like I'm getting into like FPV drone stuff now, which is a lot more difficult piloting drones and stuff, and that's like a whole different thing. And I've seen some people make some like documentaries about like their experience like flying and stuff. I feel like it might be cool to make like a little like progress video. Um, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the stuff I want to do is more just like I want to do like business related content for clients, and then also I want to like expand like my social media outreach, or my engage, whatever you want to call it, just so more people see my accounts like through like short form content, because I have some ideas for that. But in terms like long form, I don't, it would maybe be about like cars or drones, but I don't have any like particular ideas.
Mm-hmm. This is a question that I've debated about a lot as well, and you just mentioned it with short form content. Do you think short form content is has integrity for the because we've been doing this for so long now. We've been doing this for the better half of our lives,
Mm-hmm.
and in terms of short form content, I really don't engage in it. I make 30-second videos on YouTube, but I make them in the standard form, non shorts. And I feel
Right.
like that's so much healthier and so much better than trying to gain traction through short form content. Would you have
Right,
an art?
because I no, I agree with you, because I feel like with short form content, because also personally I don't consume much short form content either, because I try to stay away from scrolling through Instagram or like getting, because I use Snapchat to like talk to my friends a lot, but even like the Snapchat spotlight can get a hold of your time and attention. But that stuff's just super addictive and kind of just scares me, so I just stay away from it. But and I'm definitely already addicted to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree with the long, like how you like your 30-second 3GP series, how that is, they're all individual videos. Like, you know, if you want to see this video, you click on it. You don't have to go, mindlessly swipe. Oh, what's the next one? And like, because the algorithm's deciding for you, and
Right.
yeah, YouTube still does. They recommend you videos for you to watch, but you still, I don't know, I feel like you still have a bit more control over what you're looking at on YouTube, like long form content, and like away from short form, like away from YouTube shorts or
Mm-hmm.
reels or anything. It's just, I feel like it's definitely healthier. I agree. But yeah.
It just has the integrity. I honestly, whenever I look through YouTube Shorts, I never scroll or swipe. It's always when the menu comes up when you're on the long form content, like the home of YouTube,
Yeah.
and then it shows a couple shorts to try to get you stuck in there. I always click one, and then after I'm done watching it, click back and then look through the like 10 videos and the previews and such. Because I
Mm.
think that's just where the integrity comes in. With TikTok, I deleted all the TikTok accounts. I never got into it. I used it once for
Yeah, me
maybe like
neither.
2 hours, and it really didn't do much for me. So I just
Didn't
enjoy.
hit for you.
Yeah, I enjoy the ability to make things, and people choose whether or not to watch it. Not
Right.
just to not just to be have that pushed in front of them and then they watch it pretending to care. Because I find that a lot of people do not care about the short form content versus if they clicked on a long form content video that is from the algorithm, then people engage with it more, and I think there's a better human connection, which is the reason
Right.
why I haven't done any shorts of the videos I've done yet.
Yeah, but I feel like on the other side of the coin too, and what I'm trying to get into is shorts can really throw you into the pool where people can actually see your content, and like maybe one of your videos gets in the algorithm. Like, dude, I saw this dude on Snapchat flex a YouTube short that he posted. He got 2 million views on a YouTube short, and all he did is he recorded him like recording like a TV clip. And that shit got 2 million views, and it's just like the lack of effort to get such engagement. Oh, well, people probably aren't going to like subscribe to him for more of that because it's just such like a one clip. It's not like it's like his good content or there's going to be any like consistency in it, but it's still the fact that certain things can hit and get like 2 million views makes it like, oh, it's kind of good to at least kind of dip your toes in, especially if you're trying to get out there and try to get yourself popular in social media. It's worth a shot, but it also does suck to be a consumer of it, especially because your brain just feels fried after it, and you're like, oh, there goes 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there. It really is a double sided coin, in my opinion.
And the question is
Like,
too, like, what demographic are you trying to hit? It's I don't think a lot of people that like for drone stuff and whatnot. If you're
mm-hmm.
looking at it from a business perspective, because we both have some sort of business mindset and like demographics and how we can use this to hone in on making this perhaps a full-time thing. I
Right.
just don't know also if it really hits the demographic of like of people that would be interested in like your services with drone piloting and such like that. Plus, I don't think a lot of people remember after an hour YouTube short binge 5 videos that they watched.
Right. But there's also, that's true. But then there's also like people got to separate themselves from the rest and be remembered, and that's really how anything gets successful, regard like at all. You know what I mean? So like, for example, like if I were to do like YouTube shorts of, say, like this is not my idea. I've seen this other places, but I feel like I could maybe shoot it a little nicer and maybe do a little better B-roll. But it's like because I go to car shows a lot, and like take a picture of someone's car, and then I'll be like, okay, rate your car 1 to 10, and then they'll be like, oh, 7, and then I'll be like, okay, and then say I go up to um another car, and then I show them the previous car and be like, okay, what would you rate this car out of 10? And then they'd be like, 3 because I think it's stupid or whatever, like, because they have their opinions, and it's just, then you'd be like, okay, well, then what do you rate your car? And then they rate their car, and then you go to the next. So it's like a cycle, just people rating their cars. Like, I feel like that, because you can do, like, a series out of that, because you can always do like, you know, like 5 cars per short or something, and just keep that consistent, and people will be like, oh, that's the guy that does this or this, and I'll follow him for more because that's cool content. Or like that's a good way to have some consistency and be remembered. Or also like something else, like do some cool like drone footage, short form stuff, because I've been doing like a bunch of car content for like rollers, like cars like driving on roads, like just doing like videography of that. Like that stuff's, I feel like some people like to watch, but also, you know, like having, you know, like I'm thinking like having like cool drone footage showing like what I can do, not even like particularly of like real estate stuff, because I'd just be like, I'm just gonna put a video of your house on my channel. Like that's weird. But like other cool things like landmarks or like cool scenery to show that's like I'm capable of, you know, flying drones, like certain things to show like my expertise and stuff. Like I feel like it definitely does have a use case. And if you do show your skill or you show a passion, that you will separate yourself from others, and that, you know, you actually could strike some gold on YouTube Shorts or any short form content platform, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm just yapping, but
what does it mean? What does it mean to make it?
That's very subjective. I feel like for me to make it is to be financially secure, to get not everything I want, but just to feel like there's not a weight on my shoulder of finances, making sure, knowing that there's, I don't know, I want to have, like, I guess for me to make it with my business, you know, I want my business to be successful. I want people to enjoy interacting with me, and like potentially if I get big enough, me and my team. And yeah, I just want to make people happy with the content that I produce, while I still am doing okay financially and not broke. And then that's, as long as I can just have a few cool cars and a nice house and have the business that I love doing, and basically my hobby is a job, then I think that's making it.
Unlimited kush, perhaps?
Yeah, definitely some weed too. Definitely unlimited weed. But, you know, that might be a different business endeavor too. Get into that business, but
get into real estate, get into the drones, and then get into the weed selling industry.
Weed. Yeah, dude.
So
that would be interesting.
Can you talk a little bit about that too?
What do you mean?
Just so he's smoldering right now as I say that. The other thing that I do know Cole for as well, and I'm not saying that he is a straight up pothead, but he has also dabbled a bit into the intricacies of marijuana, especially as the years have gone by and Ohio has allowed it recreationally. He has been the master teacher, the sensei woo, one may say, of how that whole industry works and the molecular levels of things, which he's basically the marijuana Bill Nye, I guess you could say. So okay. If you'd like to, Cole, when did you start getting into that field of
so
dabbling in kush?
in that kush, baby.
This is the real part of the interview. People that are still listening, you got to the real part.
This is the real meat and bones of the interview here. Mm-hmm. But I started getting high like senior year of high school. It was like I want to say it was around like middle of February 2021. And for starters too, I have Tourette's syndrome. For the audience, obviously you know that, Ethan. That'd be crazy. You're just, dude, wait, what, bro? But yeah, so I have a medical marijuana card for my Tourette's syndrome, and it definitely started off with me just wanting to see like what I could. Well, hold on. Before I have the medical card, I was like, well, I have Tourette's, and CBD wasn't working for me, so I didn't want to go straight to weed yet. Straight to my medical card. Sorry, I was skipping too far ahead in the story. We'll go back a little bit. So then I was like, okay, there's a thing called Delta-8 THC, which is, as some of you may know if you smoke, it's an isomer of Delta-9 THC, and it's only 60% as psychoactive as normal, THC or normal Delta-9 THC. So I was okay.
Why is that important For people that are level 1 weed, they know about the flower, but when you say an isomer of delta 9 and it's delta 8, it's a synthetic one. What does that explain? That as if you're explaining this to a 5-year-old and you won't get arrested explaining it.
So delta 9 or just delta 9 is just normal weed, like normal THC that is in normal weed. Like that is what is federally illegal and is seen as marijuana. And delta 8 is a federally legal cannabinoid, which cannabinoid means like just, I don't know, chemical from hemp or cannabis, like just it's just from that plant. But and that delta 8 is considered hemp from the 2018 farm bill, which deems it to be federally legal, but it still gets you high. So it's a government loophole for that cannabinoid. And the reason why that's like important for that to be legal is like, okay, well, it's basically legal weed in a sense, and that was just an easy way for me to try it, and not because since it's a lot less psychoactive than normal weed. I was like, okay, I'm not going to get insanely fried, and it's not what I wanted for the first time, and just, get a feel for it. And I would say it definitely changed my life at the start with how it just turned that voice off in my head with like my tics, and just like I just felt more loose and just more chill, and I don't know, I feel like I didn't like blink as much because my Tourette's is pretty mild. It's not like I am like unable to do normal things. I just blink a lot, or like sometimes I'll twitch, but it's nothing terrible. And of course people think that like, oh, why aren't you cussing or screaming? That's coprolalia. Do your research. It is Tourette's, but it's a different type of Tourette's. It's not everyone cussing. But yeah, definitely weed changed my life with that. And then a couple months later, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll get a medical card because it's medically legal in Ohio.
At the
now
time.
it's recreationally legal. Yeah, that's right. At the time. And that was like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, 3 years ago, 2021. But so yeah, I got that, and I was like, okay, sweet, and just bought Ohio dispensary stuff while still buying like Delta 8, and HHC is another cannabinoid that is similar to Delta 8. And buying that stuff online. But now I'm mainly buying THCA, which is the same as THC, it's a precursor to it, and I get it for way cheaper online. And yeah, do your research on that.
What's a precursor?
So THCA is the cannabinoid before it is heated up or decarboxylated. Before THC is decarboxylated or heated up, it is THCA, which is tetrahydrocannabinolic Jesus Christ. Tetrahydrocannabinolic acid, some shit like that. And then once it's heated, the acid molecule goes away, and then it's just THC. So the government sees THCA as, a hemp cannabinoid and not as THC. It sees them separate. So the moment it turns into the illegal stuff is whenever you heat it up. But, when you buy it online, it's not heated up or anything. And then you're the one that turns it into the illegal substance. But yeah, there's a lot of loopholes and stuff and ways to get weed cheaper through these cannabinoids and stuff. And yeah, I've made my own stuff as well. And yeah, I definitely think I'm like the Walter Green of weed sometimes.
The Walter Green? You mean the Walter White?
Well, Walter White of weed, but I feel like Walter Green because I'm green instead of because like white, because green weed. Sorry, I should have said something about that before.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I guess what would your argument be for someone that says that weed should not be legalized, that it would cause more crime or more car crashes or anything like that?
I mean, I understand that, like, well, I don't know, because like if weed is legal, then there would be, I don't know, I feel like I feel like weed being legal wouldn't really. I don't know enough to say how it would affect like organized crime. I mean, it might go down because consumers could just buy safe stuff at dispensaries, but then also I know in some states there's still really strong black markets, even though they're recreationally legal. But I mean, what would I say to the people that think weed should be illegal? I mean, I would say try some and realize that, because a lot of people think it's like a terrible drug. Like, I don't even like calling it a drug. It's a literal just fucking, like, I don't know. I guess you could say it's just a plant, man, but also, poppy seeds are a plant, and then that's what heroin's from. But I don't know. It's just not as bad as people think it is, and it's just, it seriously isn't. Like, because I was always afraid I was always afraid that I'd like lose control of myself. That's why I'd like never drank, or like before I didn't want to smoke, because I was afraid that getting high would make me lose control. But it's not like that. It's not as bad as people think it is. Just smoke a joint, bro.
That's the advice that you give people.
Yeah, I would just say just smoke a joint, and then you'd be like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. I feel kind of chill right now. Mm-hmm. And then do it responsibly.
One of the weird things about Tennessee is that it's not decriminalized here, and it is technically illegal, but there are so many pot shops in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg that it seems to not just be enforced at all, with it being illegal. Like there's so much revenue that comes through with actual THC. It's insane.
That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know much about that. I'll have to, like I said, whenever I come out to visit you, I'll have to investigate what that is
for research for a friend.
Yeah, because it's like I don't know if they're actually like selling weed, or if they're selling THCA or Delta-8 or other alt cannabinoids.
They put on their banners, they put THC, which I don't know if that also encompasses THCA, if they can say THC instead of THCA. But it's interesting to me that it makes so much money in the area, yet there's also like 3 Trump stores that are also in the immediate area. So it seems like everybody's getting their nice fix of cannabis. Either way they swing on the political spectrum.
I mean, yeah, dude, you could get your MAGA hat and then walk right into the fake Tennessee dispo.
The fake Tennessee dispo
or some shit.
Dude, yeah. They have billboards here where it's like THC, CBD, kratom, stuff like that. They literally advertise kratom, which I think is one of the most wild things in the world, because the one time I think I told you about this, the one time that I experienced a guy that was on kratom that offered it to me and my boy Kit when we were going to the gym together for a while. He offered us like scoops of kratom and said that Joe Rogan endorsed it, and he was like, "Was
this at the gym?"
It was at the gym.
Where were you?
It was at the gym. It was over the gym.
Dude's doing kratom at the gym, bro? What?
No, literally, he had a whole pack.
That is not the place to do kratom.
Yeah, we spotted him because he needed someone to spot him, and then my friend got offered a full thing of powder of kratom, like just a serving size, and he actually took
like
it.
In a he like took. Did he keep it for later?
No, he took the packet. He took the packet, and then after we left, I'm like, dude, do not. I would not recommend you keep that. And he threw it away. Good for him, but it was like, seeing that dude, how he was like just shaking, almost like Quagmire with the one like large hand, like a large arm. That's how that dude was. He was just, something was wrong.
Well, okay, because I was confused, because I thought he just gave you guys like either like kratom pills on spot that he just popped, or he was like, "Do you want some kratom tea on the spot at the gym?" But like, he may not have been on kratom working out, because he may use that to relax and wind down after the fact he's working out.
He was on 3 or 4 packets of kratom.
He literally told you guys that? Mm-hmm. That's nuts, dude.
It's
I don't
crazy
know much about
how much
that stuff either. That's insane.
It sounds like hell of a drug. That's legal, by the way. I don't know how that all works, but I choose to plead ignorance with many drugs. Kratom not being an exception.
Yeah, I know it's like an opioid stimulant, and that you have to take like a lot of it to actually like feel something. Like you have to take either like put a lot of the green sludge and like make a tea out of it and drink a lot of it, or you have to take a lot of like kratom pills to feel it. But I've never done it. I don't want to, because I know you can like get a dependency off, like it is addictive or something. I'm like, I'm good because I'm already low key addicted to weed, so.
Mm-hmm. I had two people on the podcast, episode 2 and episode 3, that in their final closing messages they had suggested that I and everybody else should take shrooms. Do you believe in that?
I really think you have to be in the right headspace. I feel like it's not up to us. It's not up to anyone that tells you to. It's up to you ultimately. I mean, I feel like it would be funny seeing you trip out and be like whoa. Because also for the audience, I've never tripped or done any of that, but I've seen other people.
Yeah,
but
there are people on YouTube that will just trip on drugs and then show their experience.
Right, for sure. But I feel like for you, like, should you take shrooms right now? Absolutely not. I don't think you should. But at some point,
why? Let me play devil's advocate. Why?
Because we're not 25 and our brains aren't fully developed. But I mean, you could just say screw it and do it. But hey, that rhymed. But I mean, also you off of the 5 milligrams or 10 milligrams that I gave you of THC, you were just bugging off of that and had to like sleep that off. So I don't know how you'd react off of psilocybin.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, that was like level 5 for me, and I was at level like 2, and I
felt so
bad. That sounds like level 20. No, because you told me 10 was a starter dose.
We're talking about we're talking about 2 entirely different drugs here, though.
Yeah, no, that's very true. You told me 10. You told me 10 though was a good starter dose. I should not have believed in you because your tolerance is like cosmically in the sky.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like 10 kind of like I should have given you 5, but 10 is like a decent starter dose. Like 5 is
decent. My ass. Okay. My goodness. Did you guys, okay. At this point, listen. He had given me this, and I guess this is going public now because I did ask for this, but I was given 10.
Fuck it, dude.
Took a chomp out of it, and then half an hour later we were watching Citizen Kane. He was watching it for a school project. I was watching Citizen Kane, and then
wait, you ate the whole thing? You didn't just take a chomp out of it, or did
no?
You
like yeah. I ate the whole thing. It was 10.
Yeah.
And as one of the camera scenes were panning out, that's when it started to hit me. For people that don't know, it kind of feels like you're zoning out times 100. So you start to really feel it. Like it hits like 30 seconds, you're not feeling anything. 30 seconds later, you know something's up. So I got outside. I was feeling like there was a nice orchestral like hum in the background, like I was part of a Stanley Kubrick film and someone was out to get me. And that's how it felt for like half an hour. And then I started getting tremors and shaking. And so I had to lay on the couch for about an hour and a half. And it was almost like I was just having a fever. And I was just shaking because my nervous system couldn't handle all of the neurons that were firing and all of the synapses that were exploding on command.
Yeah.
So, and then after that I felt really drained. And I watched South Park and ate a bunch of marshmallows with Cole.
Oh, yeah. You're like, this is okay now.
Yeah, this is okay. Well, after the suffering stopped, then I was like, okay, I'm just tired and I want to eat puffed sugar for the next hour. So, not quite the best experience. I've not had anything since. When I went to Alaska, I didn't have anything, even though Alaska is one of the most weed-loving places in the United States of America. Nor will I probably have any here. It's not on the itinerary, but yeah, not quite the same experience as the as Cole here. I will say.
Yeah, and it's also like I get you don't want to ever vape or smoke anything, which is fair, but I feel like definitely getting high for your first time being an edible is not like it definitely is risky because like with
Oh yeah, now you're
like,
telling me.
well, it's not like now I'm telling you. Quit that bullshit. Yeah, I've told you that many times before, but because like if you're smoking like a joint or hitting a cart or something, but I don't know. Hitting a cart was me getting high for the first time. That was my experience. I wish it was smoking flower because I would have got like the whole entourage effect and all the cannabinoids feeling instead of a distillate cart, just only THC. Anyways, if you would have either like had a cart or like smoked a joint, like you could take a hit and feel and like do a little more, because like yeah, because edibles always impact you more, like
Right.
way stronger.
Yeah, and I've said this to Cole many times, but I feel like if I eat something, then I understand it from a digestion level much better than if I have smoke in my lungs. That's just never something that's attracted me. So
yeah, I don't know. I definitely think. I mean, I don't know. I usually don't have edibles like ever. Like the last time I had some like a while ago, but like probably like a month ago. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I like the cessation of smoking or vaping. It's definitely fun. I don't vape nicotine, or at least I don't have any of my own like personal stuff. I'll of course fiend off my friends sometimes, but yeah,
right.
I don't know. I feel like the act of like blowing smoke or like doing smoke tricks like it's just fun to me.
Yeah, I just don't like the idea of. There's an Amazon Alexa in this room. For people that don't know, I'm in Pigeon Forge Community Center, and they have a room here that I can use, and they just have they have an Amazon Alexa that's listening to everything.
Oh shit!
Hey Alexa,
take it down.
What time is it?
Oh Jesus!
Huh?
It hears us. It's heard everything.
Hey Alexa. Hey Alexa. Are you not working now?
You gotta like say what you want. You gotta say your command after it.
No, the light isn't going. No, the light isn't activating. Hold on. Let me bring it over here real quick.
Oh, there's the light.
Hey Alexa. Hey Alexa. Hey Alexa.
Bro, it's literally glowing, dude. Say your thing.
It's not.
You have to. It's not how that works.
Are you telling me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Wait, is there?
You have to say, "Hey Alexa, do something," or like in all one sentence, and just.
Hey Alexa, play "Sicko Bone" by Travis Scott.
There you go. Wow.
It didn't detect. Play "Sicko Mode" by Travis Scott.
It's breathing.
It's playing "Sicko Mode" by Travis Scott now.
Sound it down. Copyright strike.
No, I don't care about all that.
You're struck.
I'm just sitting here and there's an Amazon Alexa now. Cole and I are just messing with it. Oh,
sun is down.
Astro.
I tried.
Hey Alexa. Say the first 100 digits of pi. Okay, I guess not then.
Just sicko mode.
The first 101 digits of pi, that is, pi to 100 decimal places.
Wow, while it's playing.
14262638892793278419716923993751058207494.
Yeah, dude.
This is how we avoid the copyright system.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hey Alexa, I love you. Please stop though.
Is Alexa the unofficial co-host of your podcast now?
I have no idea. Hey Alexa, say a joke.
Here's a Despicable Me joke just for you.
Never mind.
Despicable
Nope.
Me. Wow, they
Not doing
paid
that.
for that shit,
Nope.
dude. Elimination's
Nope, they
like, yeah, we're gonna tell Alexa to give a funny Minion joke. Yeah, they like Minions.
I'm going to try one more time. And if it decides to do a Despicable Me joke, I'm going to end the podcast.
Yeah,
Hey, Alexa. Hey, Alexa.
I bet $5 on it, though.
Say a joke, please. Say a joke, please.
A man walks into a bar.
There we
Clank. It was a heavy metal bar.
go. That's... Man.
Okay, guys. Well, we're gonna end off the podcast there. I wanna thank Cole here. Amazon Alexa had decided to just ruin everything. It was going well until it didn't. Cole, what would your final advice be to people that are listening right now?
My final advice to people, I have this written on my wall right in front of me, is you're the only one holding you back. If you're ever just thinking about doing something and you're just like, I don't know, or you just don't do it, like, it's hard, and I'm going through it myself. That's why I literally have it written on a piece of paper on my wall, is that, like, you have to force yourself to go do things that are important. And, you know, like today I got blood work done, but that scared the shit out of me, but I had to do it. And I came home, like, freaking out. But, like, you know, there's some things you have to do to further yourself and to get shit done. And I can't say for everyone, because, you know, everyone has their own situations, but definitely you are the only one holding yourself back sometimes. And I've definitely come to realize that a lot recently.
Well, Cole, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see everybody back again next week. We will see who we have next, but for now, I appreciate your time being here.
All right, thank you. I'll see you guys. Thanks for having me, Ethan.